Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of September in my memory planner. We'll decorate a monthly spread and a currently page in a transitional fall theme, so come plan with me. And I've got a couple washi tapes here ready to go, along with these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, so just going to lay down some wax paper to plan out this month's design. I pulled a bunch of different Happy Planner sticker books from my stash and just looked for coordinating items to the stickers that I wanted to use, which were those first leaf stickers that I showed right at the start. So I have some older Happy Planner sticker books with tons of functional stickers that I'm hoping to use a little bit of, including this, I think it's a Wild Journey sticker book that came out in a back to school release a while back, and a couple of other ones, Woodland Seasons. I think I have Essential Seasons maybe, and Seasonal Seasons, a fall book. There's some random books, but I thought they all kind of had that cutesy fall vibe that I could work in, or cutesy color way that would work well with these leaf stickers you're seeing here on the side. So September isn't technically fall until about a third of the month is over, so what I was thinking is going a little bit more light and bright with the fall feels, but still going fall, because I cannot wait for fall. And I feel like you really only get September, October, and November for fall, and then the holiday season hits, so you don't really get December as that additional fall month. So I like to start my fall planning and my decor all in September and just get into the fall vibes then. So that's what we're going to do here on this spread. I really have not worked out at all how this is going to look, other than pulling some items that I thought might work well together. So we're going to figure it out as we go along. Pulled in a couple of quotes. I believe those are from one of the seasonal sticker books. They'll all be listed down below in the description, and I'll try to remember which books I'm pulling from when. But they all get kind of jumbled up in my mind. Maybe Essential Seasons, or I feel like it starts with a C, like Celebrate Seasons. That's not it. But anyway, one of the stickers there is a quote that says, I think, celebrate the happy moments, which I thought was perfect for this spread being a memory keeping spread. So I'm putting that in the bottom corner where there are some empty days down there in the end. I've also brought in another quote sticker that says sweater weather, which I thought would work well, even though it's a little bit more bold in the color scheme than the rest of the leaves. But there is one leaf that's that burgundy red color. So I thought I'd try to bring that in as well. Also, I didn't think I was going to have enough decor to fill both this spread and then also the currently with just those leaves. So I went into that Woodland Season sticker book and thought I would bring in a few of these mushrooms that, again, kind of have the same look and feel, kind of cutesy, and had enough of the same colors that I thought I could bring them in somehow to help fill up some of the decor that I was lacking. Also randomly decided to pull in this orange and yellow pink washi tape I got from Daiso. It's got a mix of different colors in it and has kind of like a painted feel. Hoping that I can work that in, just because I thought that the colors really helped make things feel a little bit brighter, a little more transitional, and not so drab and, full fall just yet. Decided against what I was thinking I was going to use the sticker book for, which was some backgrounds behind the stickers. That just did not seem to work well with the clear stickers I have here, so I put the big blobs back, and now I'm trying to work in some of these smaller brush stroke type stickers. I don't know if they're going to work, but we will try it out and see what happens. I've also put some of that orange and yellow washi there on my cutting board. It's a pretty wide washi, so I'm thinking I want to cut it down somehow. I'll figure out how much I want to cut it down here. I think I was going to do thirds and then fourths, and then I realized that was a little bit too skinny, so we're going to go with in half. And I think that works well with the blue washi, kind of helps balance things out a little bit. Just not sure where I want this washi at this point. I do want it on there. I feel like the color really helps give a little bit of freshness to the spread. So just trying to figure out where I can put it that isn't too cumbersome and also isn't going to take up too much functional area. I started to lay it out on the borders, but not like fully, and kind of like the look of this. It, like I said, gives a little bit more color to the edges, but doesn't take up too much of the functional space. Just trying to work it in, see where it works best, and how I might work some of these stickers in and around it. Of course, a majority of my decor will be here in the sidebar, so I'm trying to think of how I want that to look as well. And although I like these mushrooms, they are a little bit busier than I want them to be with all this added leafy excess around them and grasses. So I just cut off what I could to help simplify the stickers a little bit. And we will see how we can work this together with some of these like leaves cascading down into the sidebars, what I'm thinking. And again, I wasn't real sure about the amount of detail in this mushroom sticker here on the side. So I'm back into the Woodland seasonal sticker book and trying to find some other alternatives for some decor. And I don't want to use up too many of the leaves because I do want to have some for the currently page. If I use them, I will probably end up using them all here if I don't use some of the other decor. So just trying to pepper these in. At first I was going to try to avoid using the green and just stick with like the warm goldenrod yellow and pinky tones with the blue to match up with the colors in the washi tape and kind of keep it a little bit more subdued. But again, I don't have enough decor, I think, to pull that off. So we're going to pull all of these leaf stickers in at some point. I already pulled in a fox. I thought that might be a cute way to add some added decor down here at the bottom. Not 100% sure yet, though. I don't know. I think it's cute. Yeah, I don't know, though. It doesn't feel like it's tying to the leaves that much, so I'm on the fence on how I'm going to do this. Gonna go ahead and try to fill up the sidebar now with some of these leaves. Again, I'm stretching things as much as possible as well to make sure I have enough. Cutting things down and reusing both parts in different areas really helps so that you have a little bit of extra and can make those stickers go a lot further. Also, too, I am adjusting some of these smaller elements, putting in some acorns for a little added detail, and those more branchy, leafy things, or branchy stems, I guess is a good word, for those smaller items, bringing those in again for a little more detail. So I filled up the sidebar as much as I think I want to, and now I'm thinking maybe I can add a bit more up here at the top and kind of like how that looks. So we'll drop that in. Kind of wish I had a little bit more of these leaves, and maybe I could put some on to the far right top corner just to kind of round out the feel of this border. But I think it still looks really good even with the limitations I have with the decor. And just kind of thinking ahead too on what I have and what I want to bring in for the currently page. So I brought over that little rabbit thinking I would use that on the currently, since I have the fox here. Also bringing in a few little items like the mushroom and these branchy stems. Just try and find homes for things. Definitely trying to vary the colors so nothing is bunched up together as far as all the same color leaves in one spot or all the same item types in one spot. I'm trying to make it feel fairly random, like they're just falling from the sky, so I'm going to spread them out, but also not stack anything too close together or make it too full, if that makes sense, so that you can really see the idea of cascading leaves. And okay, I'm ready to start moving things to the page. Already dropped in that bottom left corner, and now I am whiting out all of the fine lines there on the bottom right in those empty boxes. Just using a gel pen in white. That's just a simple way to get a nice clean look. I didn't mention I like to use my lined monthly for this setup because it helps me keep my writing really more neat and clean. Very light gray lines on all of the boxes, but I feel like those ones aren't as attention grabbing as those darker black lines that really define the boxes. So I usually just leave the gray lines there and will only white out the black. And now I'm just moving things over one by one from the wax paper. It's really hard to roll things off when they're not touching, so one by one is really the only way to do it in this instance. And I just didn't like how that was looking, so we'll figure out another place for this sticker. Move on to the right and put in this washi tape here on the top. And also here on this side. Just making sure everything's nice and straight. And here, I wasn't sure exactly how this was going to go, and decided maybe I didn't want the fox to be brought in, so we will move the mushrooms over and also white out a few little areas behind the clear quote so that it's still legible. And then figure out what we're going to do instead of the fox, because I just kind of changed my mind. I didn't want to bring in the woodland animals in the end. Mainly, I felt like it was disconnected from the leaves, so I thought that if I brought in maybe a few more leafy elements, it would feel a little more cohesive as a spread. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do here. Again, limited on decor, so I'm going to stretch these stickers as much as possible. And maybe have that for the back page. See if I want to fill up that empty day, but no, I think we'll just leave that as is for now. Let's go ahead and do some trimming. Reuse anything I can. Maybe even this little piece of the quote. Fill in some of that gap there. And that should pretty much do it for this spread. Let's go ahead and move on to the currently and figure out what we're going to do with the rest of these stickers. I was thinking I might need a couple of boxes here for the currently, so we'll pull that from that same book. I have some longer boxes, which I think might work well. I usually track on this page items that I am currently reading, also any movies that I'm watching in that month, as well as like TV series. So that's the main things that I track on this spread. Occasionally, I will also put in a highlight for the month. So I have 4 boxes there just in case I want to do that instead of the 3 boxes. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure. The darker blue color really isn't one I want to bring in, so I'm not sure how to best lay this out. But we'll figure out something. And I've already dropped in that sweater weather quote that I decided not to use on the front. That's looking good. I've got the mushrooms coming in down at the bottom. And then of course I'm going to need some more washi. Didn't realize how close I was to finishing out this roll. So this is probably going to be my last spread with this cute kind of orange, yellow, pink washi. I was super excited to find that there is a Daiso in my city now, or I mean, it was always there, but the first time I noticed that there was a Daiso. So I've already been and stocked up, but I wasn't aware that there were Daisos in Texas, where I live. So I was really, really excited about it. Now I am just organizing these stickers, just trying to figure out how, again, they're going to lay in on this spread. I'm not liking anything so far. I did bring in a September header from the fall sticker book from a while back. It's one of the older fall sticker books from the Happy Planner. And then I'm also bringing in a couple of colorful boxes from that book with the right colors to match up with this theme. But I'm going to do something a little bit weird here and trim off the decor and then make like a, I don't know, like a 3-panel box. This is not super practical, to be honest, but I just wasn't liking the color options that were available in the other 2 long boxes that I had. So I decided to bring in something else here and see what we can work out. And then I ended up not even putting in that middle box, but changing it out for a box sticker that says pumpkin spice everything with those same kind of leafy decor items. I think that's perfect because I feel like pumpkin spice comes out earlier and earlier every year. It might already be out from Starbucks, so I think that, yeah, pumpkin spice is definitely going to make its mark before September even begins. I don't know what camp you guys are in. Are you a pumpkin spice lover, or do you hate it, or kind of in between? I'd love to hear in the comments below how you feel about pumpkin spice. I'm thinking pumpkin spice like drinks and stuff, but also candles, and I mean, they make pumpkin spice cookies and all kinds of randomness. So as far as just like a pumpkin spice latte, I'm down for that, but maybe not the overkill that this season brings with the pumpkin spice. I'd be curious to know how you guys feel about it. So feel free to leave that in the comments down below. And okay, I think we're getting close here. I've already stretched out all of the leaves that I have left and just trying to see if there's anything else I want to bring in to fill up the pages. It's a little bit looser than what I had there on the monthly because, again, it's kind of limited by the decor I had. But we will bring it in and see what happens. And I really did not want to put this washi on top of the holes because I knew I was going to have to cut them out. But it was just the best solution to get the design to feel how I wanted it to. So I went ahead and put it on there. I will have to clean out those holes though at the end. And just going to continue dropping items in. I forgot to trim out some of that extra grass from the mushroom, so I decided to just do that real quick before I laid it onto the page. Also adjusting a few things as I go. Placing in these longer boxes first to help balance out the spread, and then we will drop in this weird middle box that I've created with the two sides around the box sticker. And I realized that that is not centered, but I'm okay with it. So I just let it be. I'm going to go ahead and finish dropping in the rest of the leaf stickers I'll have here on the spread. They're definitely not exactly where they were before, but in relative relation to where I had set them up. Just trying to fill in some of those empty spaces. These are tricky, these little branchy elements. They don't really look right in some orientations. And of course, I'm going to try to reuse this clipping, so I'll just put that there on the side. And finally, we will trim out all of these holes. I'll just use my Daiso cutting mat for that with my precision cutter, which is like a little pin cutter, which is perfect for this task. I don't trust my Happy Planner punch to handle it, so I often do this in order to make sure that the holes aren't ruined by my punch. At the very end, I also add in those headers that I had pulled originally from the Wild Journey that were like brush strokes. I decided to add those at the very last minute, and once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!